Hello and welcome to the show. Today we're going to talk about how can you make your life more meaningful starting today. Great thing, right? Don't you want to have more meaning in your life? Well, I'm excited to share with you 3 simple steps that you have to do. Hi and welcome. Super excited to have you here. Just so you know who I am, my name is Scott Wilhite. I am your Record Yourself video coach. And just to let you know a little bit about the show, just in case you're thinking, is this something that I want to like and subscribe to? I think yes. But what I do is I help people share their message, get their voice out in the world so that they can make an impact in the world. I help businesses, small businesses, and entrepreneurs who want to make an impact and a greater difference there. So if that's something that kind of resonates with you, like and subscribe, ring the bell, and that way you can be notified when a new video comes live. Okay, so today we're going to talk about having purpose and meaning in your life. Now the reason that I want to talk about this is, sure, it's great to be out there and to record yourself and to share all these great messages, but why? If you don't have a clear understanding of what it is that you have to offer, of having your purpose and your mission in life figured out, how is that going to help others? So anyway, I want to help you, look at that today. So we're going to talk a little bit about purpose and meaning and how you can get more meaning in your life, and absolutely how you can do that starting today. So we'll talk about those 3 simple steps to do. But first, let me tell you a little bit about a conversation that I had yesterday. And this is a person that may be just like you. I don't know. She has been stuck inside because of this worldwide pandemic. She's been isolated from her family. She, is rebuilding her life, kind of putting things back together, and she wants to get out there. She wants to have her voice heard. She has these insights that she's gained throughout all of her life. She has these connections that she's made, and she wants to start making a difference. The trouble is she's struggling to get started. And that's what this video series is about. That's what I'm doing the coaching for, is to help people really get their voice out there, make a difference in the world, heart-centered entrepreneurs who want to make a difference, to be able to do that. So anyway, I just wanted to tell you that you're not alone. If you have those struggles, if you have that anxiety, if you have that desire to serve, and you feel like you don't have the ability to, I want to help you have that ability. Actually, I just want to kind of take a quick break. If you already know that this is something that you want to do, that you want to produce a lot of video to be able to get your voice out and help other people, you might want to take my Vision to Video Quick Start Challenge. Super cool. Anyway, there's a link down below for that, but that'll get you from your vision to your video in just a matter of days. Really fun. So check that out. Okay, so I got to tell you my story. So my life was falling apart. I was struggling trying to find my purpose and my meaning in life. I had been successful, you could say creatively successful. I've won a lot of awards, done a lot of beautiful films and commercials, but I didn't feel like I was fulfilled. I didn't feel like I was living my purpose, my mission in life. I felt like there was something more. I remember walking through this art gallery once, and on the wall was this quote from Mark Twain. And he said, "The 2 most important days in your life are the day you were born and the day you find out why." It was awesome. I was like, oh, okay, so what am I here for? What is my purpose? What do I have to offer the world? And I felt I was struggling inside because I really wanted to have that purpose and that meaning come out. And honestly, I got to tell you, I felt like a goldfish that had flopped out on the white counter, out of its bowl on the white countertop, and it's just like gasping for the air that it needs to breathe. Because for me, having purpose, having meaning, having a reason to live was just so important. It was like my air, and it was the air that I couldn't get, and I was gasping for that. And there were a few friends that I had close enough connection with that I could actually talk to about and share these anxieties that I had. And I had probably a decade of these anxieties where I wasn't living and fulfilling my purpose, and it was just eating away at me because I knew he was there, and I so wanted to make that difference. So I want to share with you one quote. Okay, so Viktor Frankl, do you know him? He wrote Man's Search for Meaning. Wonderful guy. He was at a Nazi concentration camp, and one of the things that he discovered there, he started to pay attention to the other inmates. Inmates, is that what you call them? The other prisoners who didn't make it. And he could see when life would shut down for them and when they would disassociate. And often they would walk into the minefield or into barbed wire and get shot, or they would just waste away and die. And he could tell when that was happening. And it was when they lost their why to live. He said, and he quoted Frederic Nietzsche on this. He said, "Those who have a why to live can bear with almost any how. But those that had a reason, a purpose, a mission in life to fulfill." For him, it was that he had written this whole book on what he called, I think it was called logotherapy. Basically, it was meaning in life, you know, when you translate that from German. And he had this dissertation with him when he went to the concentration camp, and they took that from him and destroyed it. And so the only way that information was going to get out to the world was if he survived. That became his why. He had all that knowledge in his head and he wanted to get it out. And so he suffered through the years through that concentration camp. Well, I don't want you to suffer anymore in your concentration camp. I want you to be able to get out there, to share your why, to share the things that are in your head, your knowledge, your wisdom, your insights, to be able to have that purpose and that meaning in your life. And there are 3 things that you need to do. Super simple, right? Okay, so the first thing is you have to figure out, what are the insights that I have to offer? What are the unique experiences that you've had, the belief systems that you have? What are the challenges you've overcome? A lot of times we find our message in our mess. You know, for me, being able to share this, it was years of pain. It was a decade of pain for me, going through just heart-wrenching, gut-wrenching feeling of just emptiness, you know, and the more I struggled, the more it was kind of like, you know, like a drowning person. It's like the more you struggle, the deeper you sink. And that's kind of how I felt. You know, I just had this anxiety in me that I wasn't living my purpose and I couldn't find it. I didn't know how to do it. And so the first thing is you find what it is you have to offer. For me, I found that peace. I found discovering, you know, connecting with God, connecting with my higher power brought me so many, you know, things of peace. Anyway, I'm not going to get into my story so much because I want to focus on you. What is it that you have to offer? So that's the first thing. Find out what it is that you have to offer. The second thing is find out who that is for. Who is struggling with the challenge that you've overcome, or who is in need of the expertise and the wisdom that you have. Once you understand that, once you understand who can use that, like for me, it's very clear who I'm talking to now. Because, I mean, well, part of it is me, 7 years ago, when I was struggling to get my message out, when I was struggling to live my purpose and do what I felt was inside of me. And now I speak to him, but I also speak to some other people that I've met that I know need this. They need the inspiration to do it. They need the technical know-how, how to light, how to do the audio, how to set up a studio, how to set up a system so that they can create a lot of videos. And I'm so happy to help them with that. So anyway, sorry, I switched on to me again. I didn't mean to do that. But figure out who it is needs your message. Who is it that needs what you have to offer? And really focus on them. Okay, and number 3, start publishing. Start creating. Now, you can start publishing, and that could be, that could be a book, right? That's kind of the traditional way of getting your wisdom out there. For Viktor Frankl, that was the book inside of his mind that he really needed to get out. And he did write, I believe he did write that book again, but actually what came out of it was his book, Man's Search for Meaning. And it is still a bestseller today because we still need the inspiration that he had, the wisdom that he had. So what is it that you can start publishing? And you can start publishing with a book, yes. An easier way is through a blog, yes. An even easier way is to do it on video. because you don't have to type. You don't have to make it perfect. You can stumble over your words and it's okay, because people want to connect with people and they see imperfection and they go, oh, okay. He's just like me, or she's just like me, and we connect with that imperfection. So 3 things to do. Figure out what your message is, figure out who it's for, and then start publishing. I'm happy to help you if you want to do that through video, because I believe in recording yourself, just pulling out your phone. And I mean, you could start your message as simple as this and sharing your message. You could do it on Facebook Lives. You could create a YouTube channel. You could create a course. You could create all sorts of content, but it is so much easier when you do it on video because you can just be fluid. And also, here's another extra bonus. It's even easier when you set up a studio so that you could hop into it right away. And when you create a system so that you can get it edited and get it out there and start making that difference. Okay, so if you want to make your life more meaningful starting today, those 3 things. First of all, figure out what it is that you have to offer. What insights, what great value can you share with others? Second, find out who needs that. Figure out who needs that. And then third, start publishing. Of course, there's so many different ways to publish. You could do books, you could do blogs. I think recording on video is it's the easiest because you can just talk. You get it done pretty quick. And the other thing is it's more powerful because you can look in their eyes. They can look in your eyes. They can hear the sincerity of your voice. They can know that what you're talking about is true. If you want to make a great connection with people, do that through video. So those 3 things, you can start doing that today. One last little story. It's the starfish story, if you've heard this before. I remember hearing it as a young kid and it just so impacted me, but it was about this older man and he's walking along the beach and he comes to this young boy who's picking up starfishes that are stranded on the seashore there, and he's throwing them back into the water. And the man looks around and he notices all the starfish. I mean, there are thousands and thousands of starfish here, and there's one little boy, and he points that out to him. There are thousands of starfish here. You're just one little boy. What difference can you make? The boy looked at him and then bent over, picked up a starfish and threw it out into the water. And he said, but it made a difference to that one. That's what you can do. You can start sharing your story today. You can pull out your phone. You can very easily record yourself today and start sharing that with those that need your message most. So if you want to do that, happy to help you. Remember to like and subscribe this show, because we share more great insights on how you can record yourself and make that difference, make that impact, get that message that you have inside of you out to the world. If you're a heart-centered person who wants to make a difference in the world, video is the way to do it. I'm happy to help you get started. Click right here to take my Quick Start Challenge, and you can get started today.